Ann Szymanski says the Dragon Boat Festival is excited to welcome a new beneficiary this year. The Montgomery Area Food Bank will receive part of the proceeds from today's event. What was said to be a murder is now being called self-defense after numerous threats were made between the victim and suspect before Monday's fatal shooting. To use the bike, students simply have to download the Spin app to their phone and log in through their Troy.edu emails or through Facebook. Attach a credit or debit card to their account and scan the barcode here. The bikes are 50 cents per 30 minutes of usage, and the scooters are $1 to unlock and 15 cents every minute. Coach Brown says the Trojans are looking forward to a challenging but successful season with the support of the Troy community. According to Dean Reeves, the goal of the project is to widen McKinley Drive to a 3-lane road without having to tear down any of the trees. And SGA offers more than just an adventurous Easter egg hunt at this annual event, including face painting, refreshments, balloons, and a surprise visit from the Easter Bunny. Good evening, Ben. I can tell you from my experience that this training is very real. You'll see I was hiding under classroom desks to get much of our footage today. Dothan police officers say that with school shootings becoming a growing threat, all officers need to be prepared in case something like this happens here in the Wiregrass.
I'm being shot! Help! Help! Help!
We want to be able to make sure that each and every one of our officers are prepared for the most traumatic and worst situation you can actually ever see in your entire life.
This training is part of the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Program, also known as ALERT, and is as authentic as possible.
You know that you've been shot, and it does give you a little bit of a bruise and a little bit possibly could break the skin a little bit.
Officers are running simulations in all schools throughout the Dothan City school system in an effort to prepare for any type of situation that could arise.
Active shooter can happen at the movie theater, it can happen at Walmart, it can happen at 900 Commons Drive and Wiregrass Commons Mall. You just never know when an active shooter is going to happen night or day. So we're training in the school system environment to better help us in the future if we have something, you know, we can hopefully be prepared for that situation.
Well, I'm playing President Truman in the movie because President Truman was my grandfather.
Those familiar with the stage play 2 Samuel may recall that President Truman was only mentioned in the script.
Things don't always work the same way, obviously, on stage as they do in a movie, so it seemed to make sense to Wayne to make Grandpa an actual character in the movie, reading the letters and reacting to them, rather than just having him discussed on screen.
This isn't the first time Daniel has portrayed his grandfather, though. He previously took on the role in a one-man stage production called Give 'Em Hell, Harry.
Ultimately turns out to be fun because I'm not Harry Truman and I haven't lived the same life, but we share some DNA and some sensibilities. So it's interesting to find where those two meet up and sort of do my grandfather as I like to remember him while trying to remain faithful to him as a human being, if that makes sense.
And while the film does carry an important message, Daniel says it's a movie that everyone can enjoy.
It's a great story and timely now, given the subject matter. And it's fun. The few scenes I've seen so far that have been shot are good, and it seems like it's going to be a fun film to watch.
Jamie Popwell, a Marine veteran, founded Flags for Vets, an organization that installs flagpoles in the yards of American military veterans, in January of 2017. He was on the Troy University campus Thursday morning, adding a brand new flagpole to the front yard of the Chancellor's home.
I always thought putting a flagpole up for a veteran was just a simple gesture of saying thanks, and so I did that for a couple of people local. I sponsored them myself, and I put that out there on social media and asked for anybody else that wanted to honor, a family member, and I was inundated with requests to do just that. And so that's really how it started.
Although Hawkins is receiving this pole in recognition for his service as a Marine, he says it's not just about him.
For me, it really demonstrates a much bigger picture. It's not about me, it's about the recognition of all those who have served, because we have seen at different points in our history very little recognition afforded those who have served.
While there are many flagpoles across the Troy University campus, Hawkins says that this one will always hold special significance.
All the others we have established, and they fly the flags of many countries. Most importantly, though, the one that flies the tallest is our own flag. But this was just an overture to say thank you. And I think it has special meaning. It's not in the most prominent place on campus, but it'll be in a place where many come, and when they do, it'll give us an opportunity to say how it occurred, and I'm particularly grateful to Jamie for him extending himself in that way.
Popwell says he orders his materials from Valley Forge Flag Company, who produces all American-made flags and flag poles, because if he's going to honor U.S. veterans, he feels it's important to do it with flags made in the U.S. Citizens of Troy have been buzzing in discussion ever since Governor Kay Ivey's big announcement on Monday. A Kimber firearms factory will be built in Troy. When, where, and what does this mean for city economics are just a few questions we have all been asking. I spoke with Mayor Jason Reeves to get a few answers.
Well, I'm hoping with just in the next 30 days we'll have all the design and engineering completed and can get moving.
The company will be located in the Industrial Park South, occupying and renovating an existing 50,000 square foot building and constructing an additional 150,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. And according to Reeves, not only will Kimber be bringing the gun factory to Troy, but also building an engineering and design department.
They're going to be designing new products down here which will bring in very talented people from all over.
Reeves says Kimber will bring in a minimum of 366 new jobs to Troy, offering an average salary of over $22 an hour.
When you have good, high-paying jobs like this, it makes a difference. You know, the jobs that surround it, the overall economic impact that it creates for everyone is substantial. So, the sum of the parts is so much greater, than the whole.
Reeves says his hope is that the project will be completed and the facility fully functional by early 2019.